So I can pause and then do a single step backwards and watch what happens to my list of results. Right now my list of results is at number 3. When I single step backwards, that goes away. The last item goes away. So this is taking my data for relearn, or list of results, and backing it up like it never happened to begin with. Because I want to edit something here, but I can't edit anything that has already been done. Anything that has already been done is shown here. It's highlighted in red here. So I want to edit this command right here to make it say manually move to point, because when you're doing this on your programs, it'll say programmable stop. So to do that, as long as we're in pause mode, we can jump into the editor. But we can only edit things that have not happened yet. We can't.
Would the machine error out if you try to hit point editor when it's on play, or?
It just won't even let you do it.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll open up the editor. So this is not exactly the same as the regular editor that you're used to using. One visual cue that it's not the same editor you're used to is the fact that some of that text is in red. When you go in the regular editor, all the text is black. You can change whatever you want, right? Even if what you change causes the machine to crash, you can change whatever you want. Here, it knows that you're in repeat mode. So this is kind of like a jacked up version of edit mode. You actually have more capabilities here than you do in the regular editor because you're linked directly to the machine. So I'm going to push this window to the left screen. And take a look at this. I can move the machine around. And notice that the coordinate system in repeat mode updates itself. So right now the XYZ position of the probe in repeat mode is X4, Y6, Z5. I move it a little bit. And now it's X4, Y8, Z5.5. So it's updating its coordinate system based on probe position. That's really important to remember. So this is like a higher level capability for editor. So anyway, back in the editor, I have a command in here that says programmable stop, but I want it to say manually move to point. So again, can't edit anything that's in red. So as long as it's colored in black, I can just delete it and then go up and add whatever command I want. So I'll do that. I'll delete the programmable stop. I'll hit the machine pull down, and I'll come down to move manually to point. Now I'm going to go to X0, Y0, Z of 2 inches with a capture range of a 1/2 inch. And if you don't remember what that is, just like we always do, you can pop right into the editor, and you can take a look at that, and the editor will show you that that's what we want to have there. So we've changed that command. We changed it from programmable stop to move manually to point. Now we have a new program or a new command in the program. How do we get back into our repeat mode? Yeah, you save the changes and then exit out. You could also just exit out and it'll ask you if you want to save the changes. So I save and exit out. And take a look at the program. Before, or in your programs, it's going to say programmable stop here. Now it says manually move to point because we changed it. So as long as it hasn't happened yet, if you catch the error, you can jump into the editor, change it, and then exit out, and it's like it never happened. Okay, so I'll single step forward, and we'll keep building through our program here. Here's our nice manually move to point command that we wanted. We wanted to move to X0, Y0, Z 2 inches, so I'll move the probe to there. As soon as I get there, if we didn't have pause mode on, the machine would start executing right here. It would just start driving. We have pause mode on because we're troubleshooting, right? So it didn't start driving. So we'll just continue with our single block. Next thing we have CNC parameters. all that looks good. You know, these CNC parameters are kind of fast. Our movement speed is 60 millimeters per second. I'd like to slow that down to 20. How would I change that?
Editor.
So you can try double clicking right here, but it doesn't let you do anything because we're in repeat mode. I'll click the blue cursor elsewhere so I can see if this is available to edit. It's colored black, so it is available to edit. So I'll jump into the editor. I'll double click on CNC parameters and I'll change that to 25 millimeters a second instead of 60. I'll exit out.
Just like that, huh?
And that's it. So it's really not a big deal if you make mistakes when you're programming in CAT 1000. We can always fix it. Now there are certain mistakes, as with anything, that if they're bad mistakes and they're done right at the beginning of the file, the rest of the file is just going to be garbage. But as long as you get your initial automatic alignment correct, the rest of the program is very editable. All right, so I like that CNC parameter command. That's good now. We set our relationship to the CAD coordinate system, and now we start touching features on our actual part. So the very next command is a CNC, or measure CNC point. I'll look at the X, Y, Z coordinates at this point and make sure they're reasonable. X 100 thou, Y 1 inch 850, Z 0. That's going to be somewhere around here. Looks clear. I'm not going to hit anything on my way. It's all single block. Next command I have is a move absolute movement. What is that going to do?
It's moving the probe without actually making a.
Avoided the clamp, right?
Yeah, so it's avoiding the clamp. And the reason it's there is because we had collision detection on when we wrote the program originally. So that's actually what these two commands are about. Okay, so that looks reasonable. Single step, it picks up, it moves over. I know it's kind of a moot point, but it looked like that jumped up way higher than it needed to. What if I was going for like the most efficient program there ever was? And I wanted to edit those move points to make them a little bit more efficient.
You have to pause.
So we're already in pause mode. If we weren't, we could hit pause.
Would you have to go back before the plane command?
Aha!
Yeah.
If I want to modify these move absolute increment commands, I can't do it right now because they're red.
Right.
They have already been recorded in my list of results up here. Actually, these ones don't get recorded until we get to finish element, just because of the type of feature. But I have to back up a couple steps to get above them so that they're colored in black, and then I can edit them. Let's do that.
What about retrieving the save file before that step?
No, there is no saved file as of right
Can
now.
we save?
No,
Oh,
the software doesn't really work like regular file systems that you're accustomed to. So it's pretty robust, and it's asking you to save when you need to. So even if you don't hit save, the data is still there. It's just you have to go find it.
So you don't have to go back before the plane command?
No,
It's not recording any of that stuff. It's not in the middle of that step.
it is in the middle of the step, but it'll let you do it as long as it's flat. So right here, I'm gonna, it's my thinking that I should probably move the probe right back to where it was when I want to start this command, right? Because I want these to go in the right order. But I try to move it and I can't move it.
Doesn't be an editor.
I can't move the probe because right now I'm in repeat mode. When I go into editor, it releases me from repeat mode temporarily. So again, can't move the probe when you're in editor, when you're in repeat mode. But if you hit editor, that's like a workaround that allows you to move your machine around. So now I can move my machine around, but as Brian's about to say, I forgot to back myself up. I forgot to back the program up in repeat mode to get above these things. I can't touch them anyway. Ben asked me before, what happens if you try to delete something in the software that's red? It just doesn't let you.